Hello and welcome to another one of our National Diversity Awards winners interview. I'm delighted to be joined today by Anthony Olaseinde, who won the Positive Role Model Award for Age at the National Diversity Awards in 2021. We're just going to check in with Anthony post NDAs and see how he's feeling. So hi Anthony, welcome.
Hi, how you
Um,
doing?
yeah, I'm doing good. We'll jump right into it. So, when you obviously found out that you had been nominated for a National Diversity Award, how did you feel when you received the email that you've been shortlisted?
I was happy. I was a bit chuffed, obviously. They were my business partner Joe, who I believe nominated me. So she thought it was funny as well because she saw me get the email and look at it while she was watching. So it was kind of funny. Obviously, she knew what the email was, but I didn't. And I turned around to tell her, and obviously she already knew. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, positive vibes in it, really.
Yeah, amazing. So, did you get a chance? I obviously knew that you unfortunately couldn't attend the awards. But did you have a little look at the different nominees that were in the
Yeah,
Positive Role Model Award for age category? And what did
yeah,
you
yeah.
think?
I thought they were great. I honestly didn't think I'd win. Um, I looked at the other people there; they were all amazing. Not that I'm not as good, but I just thought, I don't know. Obviously, the work that I do, it's around knife crime and gang culture and young people, and it's not the most positive of movements, that I'm doing. But positive comes out of it at the end of the day. But yeah, I looked at the other people. I was like, no, I've got no chance. Like they're very, very good. They're very good. So yeah, yeah.
Everybody always says that. 'Cause I've done a few of these interviews now, and everyone always says, I always on that question. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win. I didn't
I
think I
did.
was
I
gonna
didn't.
win.
I didn't think, not for 1 second. Not for 1 second. No, crazy.
So going back to what you were saying, and just what like if you jump into like the different work that you do.
Yeah.
So with always an alternative, what was kind of what did you feel was the push for you to create an always an alternative and kind of tackle knife crime around Sheffield?
I think that so. It all started with Keep Sheffield Stainless, an anti-knife crime campaign, and obviously because it's anti-knife crime, it just focused on knife crime, And the more I got into it, the deeper my understanding got. I changed as a person, and my mindset changed to the fact that, look, the weapon is not the problem here. The knife is not the problem, The weapon, because you could change that knife to any other weapon, and people would still do the same thing. So it's more on the mindset and the mentality of the person that is carrying that weapon that I needed to work on. And seeing knives daily, getting videos frequently of people getting murdered by knife crime, it was taking out its toll on me, and I almost stopped. I did almost stop doing it, but again, my business partner Joe, she said, like, look, you can keep doing what you're doing, but just look at it in a different way. And I thought, okay, then I'm going to do that. So I created always an alternative, because there's always an alternative at looking at something. There's always a different way. You just need to find it. And since I've created always an alternative, it's not just the knife crime that I do. It's the mindset work. It's the confidence building. It's the youth clubs. It's I don't know. It's getting busy. It's just blown up because it's the young people that I'm focused on, and the mindset, and I think that's what's needed.
So did you have like the backup from like the council and things like that?
No, no, no,
No.
no, no. Everything I've done it myself. Absolutely everything. So I've got 8 weapon amnesty bins. So they're basically like rubbish bins for weapons. I've got the funding for that myself. They've collected, and me going and doing collections myself. We've nearly got 500 weapons off the streets of Sheffield. I've recently bought myself 20 bleed control kits in case someone's stabbed and they're dying out. I've written books. I've done it all myself. I've attempted to talk to the council, but I ain't got time for talking. I've attempted to work with the police, but I found that these authorities and these figures, they don't know what they're doing themselves. So how can they help me? And I'm not a man for waiting. And if I've got an idea, I'm going to go and do that idea. And that's what I've done. And that's what I will continue to do until the local council and the police find out what they're doing. And then maybe we can work together.
Definitely. So I was doing obviously a little research and stuff about, as I said, I'm going back to always alternative. So you primarily try and focus on young people and knife crime, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are kind of the responses that you've had from young people in regards to knife crime? Like, what is the youngest person, child that you've
Yeah, I think it was in year five. Year five. I don't know. Do you guys have primary and secondary, or is it high school? Well, the younger school, year five, is that about 9, 10?
Yeah, about 9. Yeah.
Yeah. There was an incident at school where another kid pulled a knife out on him in school. I had to,
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was quite well. You couldn't make it up. But I also do American football on a Saturday for free as well. And I just told the mother of the child to bring the child down to come to a session. Obviously, he was training for American football and learning the stuff, but that gave me time to talk to him, and we had a bit of a one-on-one session, and I talked to him through to see if there was any trauma, to see if he was going to retaliate. But he came for a few sessions, and after a while, I think that he accepted that the other person that did it was angry. There was no need to get him back. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. Think about yourself first, and yeah, it was all good actually.
Yeah. So how many young people have you helped?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Obviously, I do a lot of work in schools. I assemblies, secondary schools, not so much primary schools, even though I do go in there. A lot of teachers come and ask me for help. How do they address certain things? I've got, 15,000 followers on TikTok that I put videos up all the time. So even the other day, this wasn't a young person, this was just a man. He was out and someone tried to stab him for no reason. He got away and ran off, but the person that had the knife stabbed his friend's face straight open, and he rung me because he's like, he didn't know what to do, and I give him some advice and talked him down, and it was so crazy because I could, when someone's staring and you look in their eyes and you can't see anything there, it's like there's nobody behind the eyes. That's what his voice was like. His voice was empty. There was it really, really troubled him, and a part of him went missing to find out what was happening, and it was quite odd. But I managed to talk him round and give him some advice, and then a couple of days later he messaged me back. He said, "Look, thank you for the discussion. I really believe you've saved a life. Now, was it the life I've saved? Was it the person retaliating, getting the attacker back? Was it the attacker going back for that person? Was it the person that nearly got stabbed wanting to commit suicide? I don't know. I didn't get that deep into it, but it just goes to show that an incident where there wasn't even a fatality, but nobody died, but there are 3 lives there that are absolutely wrecked, and it's just serious, isn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, definitely. So with the workshops that because you do with the always alternative, you do workshops with young people,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
As I had a little look, and you do it with smaller groups, don't you?
Yeah. So there's
how come you do it with the smaller groups?
So I do assemblies. That's obviously hundreds of kids at a time. Why smaller groups? Because you know, I've been a kid once. I don't like people talking at me. I've never liked people talking at me, at me, at me. Okay, I'm only with them for 1 hour.
Mhm.
In an assembly, the reality of them remembering what I'm saying a couple of days later is very slim. You tend to learn more when you're being asked questions directly and you feel comfortable in your surroundings to answer them. So
Mhm.
focus workshops allow me to engage better with the young people, allow them to speak and tell their story, allow them to build up their confidence. And for me, that's what it's about. Now, I will be that young person with those young group of young people for 1 hour. And all the thing I ask them to remember is it worth it? Before they get angry, before they get into a confrontation, ask themselves, is it worth it? Because I realize that if they're going to get into trouble, I am not going to be there. I'm not going to be able to walk them through the steps, you know. But what I can do is I can 100% be certain that at the end of the session, they'll remember to ask themselves, is it worth it? And after I've seen those young people, bumped into them in town or in the shopping area, they always say, "Aunt, like, thank you for that. Such and such a thing happened." I asked myself, is it worth it? And I walked away from it because I realized that my life has got more value than whatever the scenario may bring. And
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that, you know. That again, you could say that's another life saved, but we don't know.
Yeah, it's good in that sense because, as you said, they'll always remember kind of that one thing that you said, is it worth it? So in that split second of panic, if there is a situation that does happen,
Mm.
they're gonna go over that conversation, and as you said, when you how you've had feedback, um, from when you've seen them like in town and things like that, that by them just thinking that one thing, it's preventing another life from being truly destructive, things
Yeah.
like that. So with obviously with your win on the National Diversity Awards, um, how do you think that you're gonna use this award to kind of further leverage your cause? Would you like to just focus on knife crime in Sheffield, or would you like to go further afield across the UK, take your campaign bigger?
Um, I think I'll use it to help. Um, because the position that I'm in now and that I've grown accustomed to is you can be in my position for a very, very long time and not make no um, big not make no big steps in it. You know, I think what I'd like to do is use the award as leverage to try and push me up with the movers and shakers, the people that decide where the money goes, and the people that pilot big schemes that and innovative schemes. I like new things. I like new ways of thinking. So I'm hoping that when people see that I've got this award, they'll see that it's not just something like this is a good award to have to back me, and hopefully that change won't be just for Sheffield. That change will be throughout the entire country.
Yeah. Have you spoken to any other people who are working around the country who are kind of doing the same initiative as you, like
I
part
yeah,
yeah.
they're doing the same sort of knife crime stuff and stop the knife crime. But I think I've moved on from that now. Like I said, I think I'm concentrating on the mindset of the young person, the mentality, the behaviors, the nature versus nature versus nature kind of thing. And I think that I've excelled a little bit. What I want to try and do is excel that bit more so I can then push the whole thing up levels, if that makes sense. So, for example, we're at level 1 doing the ground kind of work. I think I've gone up to level 3 because I'm looking into the reasons behind it. I want to go up to level 5 and then push them people at level 1 up to level 3 where I was. So we're all making progression and we're all actually making a long lasting difference. Because my
Mhm.
fear is knife crime is a thing. That means that it will come and it will go. same as acid attacks were a thing. They come and they go. You know, if you can capture a young person and try and prevent them from, you know, using a knife, you could use those same sort of skills and prevent them from maybe taking drugs or getting involved in gangs or you know, abusing their partner. It's all about, for me, transferable skills that they can use forever and ever, and I think they're the ones that are priceless.
Yeah. So when you say level 5, then how do you what is kind of your goal with this campaign, like with Always Alternative, um, with like Keep Sheffield Stainless? How else would you like to further progress?
I think now is the time for. I'd like to partner up with the councils and the police. I don't accept funding. I don't. You're not paying me to do something. We can do it together. Because if you're paying me to do something, that means if I go, it stops. I want to create something that's long lasting. So I think that I'd like to create a mentor platform for young people to to have access to. I'd also like to work with companies to create work experience, something that's not done, and just do anything I can just to make young people know that look, it don't matter where you're from, it don't matter who you are, it matters where you're going, and you can go anywhere that you want. You can be whatever you want to be. You've just got to graft and put that work in.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And it is with that, obviously, keep going back to when you're talking about the levels, but I understand what you mean by that. Um, and your campaigns, like everything that you've done is kind of, when did you start, like all of this? Was it,
I started. I think it was two. Was it 2018?
yeah, I
It's only
thought,
4 years. Feels like a lifetime. And that again, like it's only been 4 years, but I've done more for Sheffield and South Yorkshire than any other company has.
yeah. And even in those 4 years, you've took it to another level and
Yeah.
things like that. Um, Amazing. So if we, as I said, that you unfortunately couldn't attend the awards, but did you get a chance to watch it online? Did you watch it like live? Watch it anything after?
No, I didn't watch it live. Do you know what? I just not. So I couldn't go. I couldn't go. You know, and it was a bit because the thing I could have gone, but I couldn't because I asked my relatives and stuff, the people that I would normally take. I said, look, like I'll buy you your tickets. Like we can all go. We'll have a laugh. But then they said, like, look, they'd rather me. They chose to donate the money that I was going to buy them for a ticket to Always an Alternative for a new project, you know. And I thought, well, it's just going to be me turning up on myself, and I didn't really want that, you know. And obviously, I support my family and my friends, you know, in what they do. So I just tried to switch up from it. I honestly didn't think I was going to win it anyway. So it was just like I've saved it, you know, a lot of time traveling and stuff, and
Yeah.
obviously it popped up like there was a picture of me. I was like, what the heck? Why is there a picture of me on here? Like on my phone. I think I was on Instagram just scrolling. I think I was on my PlayStation. And there was a picture of me there. I'm thinking, I ain't posted a picture of me. Like, what the hell's going on here? But I looked, I'm like, no, wait, like, I've won it. And I'm like, I've won it. I ran downstairs. I went
What
and
was your
told the
family's
kids,
reaction? Yeah.
pardon?
What was your family's reaction to when you won?
Yeah, they were like, no, no, no. So I'm telling you, they were like, oh, we should have gone. We should have gone. I'm like, yeah, but we're saying that, but we chose not to. And then obviously I didn't believe it. Honestly I didn't believe it. I thought it was some sort of joke, and then I thought, you know what? And it was different because I don't know. You know the work that I do, right? I charge for the workshops and stuff, but I don't take a wage. 100% of that goes into Always an Alternative. So me doing my work, I don't see no financial benefit from it. It's just
Yeah.
I get a reward from seeing the young people that I've helped. And then when I won the award, I was just like, do you know what? Like, it's a big award. It's a national award. I must be doing something very, very well to get chosen. out of all of these people. I must be on the right track. And then I think that was it. I went to sleep with a smile on my face. And then ever since then, I've been like just banging. Like, I've got loads and loads of projects about to drop. And I think it gave me that little boost that I needed now and again, you know. But
Yeah, that's again, this is kind of the feedback that we do get. A lot of people who are shortlisted, nominated, voted winners, everything. Nobody does it for the accreditation and things like that. And a lot of people, when they do come, they don't think that they're going to win and things like that. But it is, as you said, it's a confidence booster. It's a step in the right direction. It just gives you that kind of sense of, I must be doing something right.
Yeah, because you know you'll always have people around you, and you'll always have the people that you work with, like, yeah, like, we support what you're doing. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. That's good, but normally people around you will tell you that anyway. People, when you're doing their job for them, such as the council and the police, they'll tell me they support me because I'm doing their job for them. For people like, such as yourself, that the judges, they don't know me. They don't know me to, it takes away that personal thing and it just looks at the work. That's it, you know. And I think I'm happy that I won it, but the website was missing loads of information. So I'm kind of looking.
The website was missing a lot of information about which.
Yeah, so but like they must have looked at the website to see the work that I do, and that just got through. I just threw it together. So there was like loads of other projects and stuff that got missed out that
I think that's all website.
I don't know what though. I've learned from it. I've just got it redone. It's redone now. It's got everything on there. Everything.
Websites take a very long time, and it's like a work in progress type of thing. But it was how you kind of be judges is from when other people nominate you and things like that. So we received an awful lot of nominations for you in the beginning, and obviously it was from a lot of people that you'd worked with as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had a chance to have a little look at the nominations before, obviously, all of this came out.
I think I did. Like, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did because I asked my daughter if she'd vote for or my son, and there is something daft like, oh, because it's my dad. I was like, you guys are jokers. Well, like, I can't take you nowhere.
At least you got a vote in the nomination there. You never know; they could push you forward to where you are now.
I know. Well, we'll never know.
Amazing. So we'll just jump in with the last question, Anthony. So the nominations for the National Diversity Awards 2022 are currently open. What advice would you give to others who are thinking about nominating organisations and like other positive role models who want to achieve a happy, social, inclusive?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of the time, the people within this voluntary sector, obviously, like we've said, they don't have money. Money is not the thing. And like with anything, you have your tough times and you.
Oh, it's just froze, Anthony.
Sector needs a pat on the back, to make them feel good. Some sort of reassurance that they are making a difference and what they're doing is right. And if you've got someone that, you think can benefit from that, I'd say nominate them straight away. Don't, with no hesitation, get it done, and because they'll deserve it at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me today. And we'll be sure to check out your website with your other projects as well.
Yeah, please do.
Can you give us a little? Can you tell us what you're working on, or is it still a work in progress?
I will tell you everything. So, with the 20 bleed kits, we've got them. I think I've got 5 left. Currently working with the NHS in Sheffield to create a video teaching people not only how to use the bleed kits, but how to treat a wound from a sharp object with things that are close to you, such as your belt, such as ripping an arm off your jacket to compress the wound. So that's one thing. We've got a parents and family drop-in session coming in at the end of this month. That is for parents that are worried. Are the kids misbehaving in school? Are they showing challenging behaviour? Are they hanging around with the wrong crowd? Are they taking drugs? You know, things like that. Parents are able to come down, have a chat. Then I'll do a session with the young person. What one have I got? Oh, so I did an exhibition. So 300 of the weapons that I collected, they got created into a tree. I did an exhibition. The link for it's on the website. It went on the news and everything twice. Love that. And it was an exhibition based on art. It was obviously an art exhibition, but there was no negative things in there. Everything was positive. And the feedback I got from an artist was, he thought that it was brilliant that I was able to shed light on knife crime, which is a terrible, gory thing, without anything terrible or gory, just 100% positivity.
Yeah.
And I looking at myself, I was just like, wow, like you're right, like people did think about it, did spark conversation, but there weren't no blood, there weren't no actual knives, there weren't, you know, pictures of people with stab wounds and stuff. So, which was positive. And I always believe that, like, if you're trying to spread a message, if you do it negatively, people will only do it because they're scared, not because they want to. You know, but if you do it positively, people will do it because they want to, and then when they do abilities and they do it for a longer time. So yeah. Anyway, that's me going on a tangent. So anyway, I got this exhibition. I invited loads of young people down. I think 20 turned up. I was like, what's going on? Like, come on, you guys said you'll come in, and then it turned out that the young people weren't comfortable leaving their area. Like they would not leave their own area. I was like, are you for real? They're like, yeah. You know, if we go on these man, go on that man. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I decided if the young people won't come to me, I'll go to them. So I've just received funding from a place called Theatre Delhi in Sheffield, or they're in London as well. They do some great work to take the exhibition to 6 schools in Sheffield. So yeah, they'll get to see it. They'll get to talk to me. They'll get to look at the sculptures, at the artwork. We've got an artist going down to do some performing arts with him, and the performing arts is not just for them to talk about knife crime. It's for them. It's to try and give them the confidence to bring up difficult conversations in their friendship group. Obviously, the example we're going to use is your friend wants to carry a knife or is carrying a knife. How do we talk about them and how do we try and stop them to do it? But again, it's transferable. So it could be about weapons, it could be about drugs, it could be about committing crimes. I think that's it for now. Oh, I've got one more thing. Raising £20,000 to create to get a minibus and convert it into a mobile youth club where I go to like hard to reach areas and engage with the kids and let them come along and teach them stuff. It can be knife crime, mental health, sexual health, healthy relationships. And then hopefully, if enough kids come in that area, we will get some volunteers. I'll train them up to become youth workers, and then we'll open up an actual permanent youth club in that area, and then we'll move on to a different area. So yeah, that's me and my ideas.
That's an awful lot of initiatives. So you want to kind of open youth clubs. You said that you wanted to start with the bus,
Yeah,
and then eventually open a youth club.
yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So what to end this interview? What's the one piece of advice that you give a young person thinking about carrying a knife?
What is a young person about? You know, it's not even about I think carrying the knife, carrying any sort of weapon is, you know, think, is it worth it? That's just, is it really worth it? Obviously, when you're asking yourself, is it worth it? Don't think about yourself, because to you it's worth it. That's why you're carrying the knife. But think about your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, aunties, uncles. Think about the person that might be on the receiving end of your knife. If you stab him, think about their family, you know, and think about your future. Like, if you pull that knife out or get stopped with that knife and you get a criminal record or you go to prison for attempted murder or GBH or murder, your life will be changed. Like, you're changing the route of your own future for the worst, and it's not really worth it. You know, just think to your future and crack on and live a beautiful life and achieve all that you want to, really.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for speaking with me, Anthony. And again, congratulations on your positive role model award to age. Thoroughly deserved. We look
Whoop,
forward.
whoop,
Look, look, look.
whoop,
um,
whoop.
I thought you froze. Yeah, we look forward to seeing all the different campaigns that you're doing. We'll
Yeah,
have a look at your updated website, and hopefully with the raising funds for the minibus as well.